What's up everyone, it's me Ollie, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about my build plans for the new season, quote unquote, of POE 2. For those that don't know me, I'm a really hardcore Whirlwind enjoyer, and as most of you probably are aware, Whirlwind is finally coming to POE 2. It's not the Whirlwind we know from like Diablo 4 and stuff like that, that one is Cyclone, it will likely come later on, but the Whirlwind we got now is kind of like Whirlwind with Dust Devils, for those that are familiar with Diablo 4, which I personally enjoyed a lot. So, going on this video, we're gonna talk about what ascendancies I'm looking at and stuff like that. I can't really give you a proper build guide, simply because no one really can without just lying to you right now. We don't know the numbers of anything, even the skills that were existing in the game, they're basically, every skill was overhauled, the numbers, right? So we don't really know anything besides the tree and like the ascendancy stuff, right? We don't know anything else. I'm gonna just go over the ascendancies, what I'm considering on the Huntress mostly. I'm gonna be starting Huntress. We get the skill right away. We get all the, we get the spear and stuff like that, everything to make the skill work. But I'm also considering other ascendancies. Maybe I swap to them later on. We'll see how, everything works, depending on the tags the skill has and everything, right? I don't even know the full-on tags, right? I believe the skill is gonna have some sort of projectile scaling, since you can transform it into a projectile, kind of, right? So, we'll have to see how it fully works. One of the things we do know that works is that whenever you have any sort of ground effect, your Whirlwind will actually take up that ground effect and use it to increase its damage. We don't actually know if it's just going to be some sort of additive, if it's actually going to transform the physical into whatever element, and if it actually can do chaos damage. Because you could just get some sort of casting ground and also get it. I believe they only showed elements in the video, only cold, lightning and fire. But, possibly chaos whirlwind maybe, who knows, right? One of the things I'm also really looking forward to is the heralds. Especially that new ring that, according to them, does not reserve spirit. We'll see. I mean, that ring looks way too good. It has max life, max resists, and all three heralds together. Like, that's crazy. I mean, it's probably gonna be super rare, but still, I'm looking towards that. But now, when it actually comes to ascendancies, let's start covering the Huntress one, because that's what I'm gonna be starting, right? First of all, we're gonna have the Ritualist one. We're gonna be starting by taking the two ascendancy points that actually give you ring stuff. The first one giving you an additional ring slot, and the second one actually increasing the bonuses from from your rings and amulet. What this means is that it's gonna be much easier to, cap all your stat requirements early on, be it a res or anything else, like getting a bit of extra life is gonna be really good. And later on, I imagine we're going to be able to scale a lot of damage with our rings, right? That's the idea. After that, we got two extra things that we can take. I'm mostly looking at either the Ritual Sacrifice together with the At Whisper's Demand, right? Just basically getting even more, getting more Headhunter buffs. We'll see. I don't think Blood Ball is going to be a good choice. I'll have to actually see how the skill performs, and getting an additional charm and being able to trigger your charms with your mana, I don't think it's gonna be the way. So we'll see, but just the ring stuff is likely super insane. We'll have to see the new uniques you get, right? If you get like some really strong rings in the new uniques, having that extra ring slot and increasing the effect of the rings, it's gonna be insane. Now, the other one, the other ascendancy we're gonna have is gonna be the Amazon, right? This one also looks quite good, but I'm not so super sure how everything works here. Again, it will depend if the skill is gonna be considered a projectile or not, but regardless, we're gonna be looking first of all into the critical strike one. Just lets you cap critical strike chance with increased chance to hit attacks, which should be accuracy, I think. I'm assuming, right? You should be able to scale with accuracy. And you also get additional base damage, additional base physical damage by 25% of the accuracy on your weapon. We'll have to see, but the most important one that I think is going to be giving us a lot of damage is going to be Predatory Instinct. This basically just means you're going to be doing 50% more damage against rare and unique enemies. They didn't quite... The way they showed that, the way they showed it out, right? It just seems like this just applies whenever they are in your presence for the most part. I'm not sure if this is something that does not have 100% uptime or not. We'll have to see. Again, there's a lot of things here that we don't know either how the skill itself works or how the ascendancy works, so we'll have to see. But anyway, in for the kill. Probably we don't really care about skill speed, I don't think. We'll have to see again how the skill scales. I don't think it's that great, so we probably just take the first point and then you move somewhere else. Life Lich recovers based on elemental damage could be a decent defensive thing, you know. Stalking Panther could be good for, again, defensive. As Mario Brew, probably not that great. Getting, you know, just being able to swap life and mana flasks around is probably not that important. I don't really see that going anywhere. Elemental Infusion, on the other hand, we'll have to see what we can do to consume these power charges, endurance, or frenzy charges, right? And lastly, Infused Avatar for the 50% chance for infusions to not be consumed. Could be good, but will depend on if Elemental Infusion is good to begin with, right? Now, outside of the Huntress, there's a couple ascendancies I'm considering. First of all, going Monk and going into Invoker, right? There's a lot of good stuff in the Invoker. Invoker is really strong last league for some skills, right? And it's kind of the same reason why it's like, with the Invoker, you can get Shield Ground or Shock the Ground for free. Basically, you don't have to worry about any other ways to generate it. And the Invoker, in general, is really good for elemental builds. Again, this is only... We'll only go this route if we start messing around with the... What are their names again? The Heralds and stuff like that, right? If you start messing around with that, we might actually go Invoker later on. It's a choice. Another choice is the Gemeling, because, you know, attribute stacking might be good still. Probably not. They are going to nerf it, but, you know, possibly. Now, the last serious contender I'm considering would be Warrior. The new... I'm gonna go over the new Ascendancy, but the new Ascendancy... Actually, we can go over it right now. The new Ascendancy is mostly just for tankiness. You can see you can just get Cold Stoker and Forged in Flame to just easily cap your fire resists and get max fire rest as well. Just to cap all your resists and get max resist for everything, sorry. So, and then you can just use the rest for either fire spell on hit or just to craft some, you know, really strong body armor with the Smith's Masterwork, right? There's some potential here, but we'll have to see. It's a bit too early to say. But now, on to the other Ascendancy that already is in the game. Potentially Hulking Form. Not Hulking Form, sorry. I was reading the thing. Potentially Titan is also a thing we could do. Just to scale a lot of stuff with like crushing blows and stuff like that. Again, I'm not 100% sure how the skill is gonna... I'm not sure if it can even be scaled here, right? Again, this one will depend a lot on the tags the skill has. But when it comes to Warbringer, if you just want to scale, get a lot of block on the... Since we'll be running shields, you can run a shield with a lance, right? Or whatever it's called. So this might also be a really good option. Just, you already have a shield anyway, right? And you can also scale Warcry for the skill, which is a physical skill. So it should pair really well with Warcries, I'm assuming. You know? We'll have to see. Anyway, I'm mostly looking at the Ritualist to begin with. That's what I'm going to be going with. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming it in a couple of hours whenever the league comes out. Hopefully it's not like last time at the beginning when actually POE 2 came out and we couldn't play it, right? Hopefully I'll be able to play it for at least 4 or so hours before I have to go to sleep. But yeah, hope to see you there. I'll be posting a proper build guide, at least leveling, in the next couple of days when you actually have all the information, so I'm not just guessing, right? Because right now all we're doing is guessing. It might be educated guesses, but anyone that's giving you a full build right now, it's just honestly giving you this, how do you say this? It's just a disservice to you, basically, because they don't know enough, right? No one knows enough because we don't have the numbers. But yeah, anyway, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a like, make sure to subscribe if you want to see my adventures with Whirlwind now, POE 2 edition, basically. But yeah, see you next time. Bye-bye.